Hello, everyone. For those who are joining, please make sure to put your first and last name as well as your chapter, and we will be starting shortly in around 5 to 10 minutes. Hello, everyone. For those joining right now, please make sure to put your first and last name as well as your chapter name so we can take attendance. We will be starting shortly around 7:10. Thank you. Hello, everyone. If you are joining right now, please make sure to put your first and last name as well as your chapter so we can take attendance. Otherwise, we are going to get started. So we'll start with introductions first.
Hello everyone, my name is Harleen Carr. I'm from Venture Academy and I'm your Region 1 Vice President.
Hi, I'm Claire Sue, and I'm from Las Lomas, and I'm your Region 2 Vice President.
Hi everyone, I'm Yohani Desval from Porterville High School, and I'm your Region 3 Vice President.
Hi everyone, my name is Sahej and I'm from Valencia High School and I'm your Region 4 Vice President.
Hi everyone, my name is Ankita and I'm your Region 5 Vice President from Del Norte High School.
Hello everyone, I'm Valentina. I'm from the Valencia Medical Science Academy and I'm your state parliamentarian.
Hi everyone, I'm Abhirami Nair and I'm from Mountain House High School. I'm your state secretary.
Hi everyone, my name is Caitlin LaFont. I'm from UC San Diego and I'm your post-secondary collegiate vice president.
Hi everyone, my name is Diana Nguyen. I'm from Oxford Academy and I'm your state vice president.
And hello, my name is Matthew Kim, and I'm also from Oxford Academy, and I'll be your California HOSA president. And welcome to our very first HOSA seminar, Cal-HOSA Connect.
So here's a quick overview of what we're going to cover in this seminar. We have loads of fun announcements for you guys. So first, we're going to go over what Cal-HOSA exactly is. Or what Cal-HOSA Connect exactly is. Next, we'll introduce our CYC social media challenge. If your chapter participated in this last year, stay tuned for some changes. Next, we'll go over everything you need to know for the upcoming fall leadership conferences, regional competitive events, and wrap up with a Q&A session. So here is some background information to get us started. We launched the Cal-HOSA Connect initiative because we wanted to create a forum in which we could connect with each and every one of you, and Cal-HOSA members all across the state could network with each other. So we came up with the idea of these webinars. Cal-HOSA Connect is an open webinar for all Cal-HOSA members to gain access to information about everything we have planned for you guys this year. We will be having more seminars throughout the year. Our next set of these will be on November 14th and 19th, so mark your calendars.
So starting off, we have what is CYC? Last state leadership conference, we had a plethora of Cal-HOSA students with colorful ribbons. These ribbons were earned by chapters through participation of CYC, or Challenge Your Core Values, a social media challenge created by our state officers. Here's some more information about that.
Get ready to show off how your HOSA chapter embodies our core values of learning, leading, serving, and innovating. We're challenging all chapters to complete activities that showcase these values and post them using at least 3 photos or videos representing at least 20% of your chapter. Don't forget to use hashtag CYC for each post, and after posting, the chapter advisors must confirm the core value. Here are some examples from last year's CYC challenge.
So like Ankita said, here are a few examples of each of the core values. Now, all of these posts follow the requirements explained from the previous slide, and also you can use multiple slides for all the photos you have, and also you can use videos. If there's an error with one of your requirements, the state officer team will respond to your post asking for corrections so you guys can get your ribbons.
For each core value you achieve, you will receive a ribbon to attach to the bottom of your name lanyard at SLC. Last year, for chapters who completed a core value, we gave them a ribbon for all of their affiliated members, regardless if those members attended SLC or not. However, this year we are changing that system. We will only be giving ribbons to chapter members who attend SLC and complete a core value. In terms of attestation, you will only get a ribbon if your advisor attests and confirms your submission using a Google form process. We will be sending out this attestation form through emails, so please make sure to tell your advisors to be on the lookout for that. All CYC posts will be due on March 3rd.
Fall Leadership Conference. So our fall leadership conferences are at the end of October, leading into November, but we'll talk more about the dates in a little bit. The conference is essentially a quote-unquote mini SLC without the competitive portion. It gives an opportunity for students to learn about health careers, leadership, and all things HOSA regarding the state officer election process, workshops, and our national service project. FLC benefits. So why should you come to FLC pretty much? FLC is a chance for your chapter to network with other schools in your region. It includes medical related workshops, so it encourages learning, and it offers leadership opportunities for students. In other words, it very much encourages student growth.
All right, here's some important information for you guys regarding our upcoming Fall Leadership Conference. Please note that registration is now open for your advisors to register themselves and the students, you guys, at hosa.org. There is a fee for FLC. It's $25 to register, but it's worth it. And the deadline to register for FLC is October 14th at 6 p.m. All attendees must provide a personal email when registering, not a school email. And chapters who are planning on attending FLC must be affiliated to register. Advisors must also attend FLC with their students. They can't send students alone. And the attire is HOSA blues or professional dress, since it is going to be in person this year. And chapters should attend the conference that is closest to them. And Claire will explain that in a second.
On that note, Region 1 FLC will be held at Venture Academy in Oakmont High School on November 2nd. Region 2 will be held at Ignacio Valley High School in Hollister on October 26th. However, the Ignacio Valley location is still to be determined as of now, but we will keep you updated when there are changes. Region 3 will be held at Dinuba High School on November 2nd. Region 4 will be held at Valencia High School in Montebello on October 26th. And unlike the previous regions, Region 5 has 2 dates. Mountain View High School will be on October 26th, and El Cajon will be on November 2nd.
So now I'll be going over all of the competitive events that Cal-HOSA offers, whether you're a returning competitor or if you're a first-time SLC prospect. And right now, SLC might seem far away, but it's never too early to prepare or learn more about events. So HOSA has 7 different event categories. These are health science, health professions, emergency preparedness, leadership, teamwork, recognition, and our National Geographic Academic Testing Center. We also offer middle school events as well. The events are color-coded on the slide with red, blue, purple, which corresponds to specialized versions of red and blue events for our middle school delegation, green, and brown. Competitors are allowed to pick 1 red event, 1 blue event, and unlimited green or brown events. So you're not just limited to one. All of the different events and the categories that they fall under can be found at the Cal-HOSA website. And please note that California HOSA and International HOSA vary in competitive events programs. So be sure to cross-reference with the state for different guidelines or event options.
You can find the guidelines at calhosa.org, where you go to the Events tab and select RCE or SLC. You select the guidelines according to your affiliation, middle school, secondary, or post-secondary/collegiate. Here are some tips for choosing events. First, decide if you would work better alone or in a team. and look for events that coincide with their career goals and interests. For example, if you want to be a pharmacist, pharmacology may be a good event to compete in. And ask upperclassmen or friends who have competed before for tips and tricks and even suggestions. Lastly, don't be afraid to try new events and experiment to discover what you like.
As you're getting ready and excited and starting to choose the event you want to compete in this year, be aware that the 2024 to 25 event guidelines have now been updated. So now they include topics for events. So, what are topics? Some events provide students with topics that competitors need to incorporate or use to guide their submission. So, these are the new topics that have been released. For public health, it's Our Epidemic of Loneliness and Isolation. Research Persuasive Writing and Speaking talks about youth sports specialization. Biomedical Debate is about whether the government should regulate social media use for people aged 17 and under. PSA is about brain health and now being the time to start. Prepared Speaking and Speaking Skills has a topic of powered by people. Get excited as we do have 2 new events this year. For secondary and post-secondary students, there's a new recognition event. This is called Health Literacy Ambassador. For middle school students, there's a new event called Life-Threatening Situations. For more information about these events, be sure to check out the guidelines on the Cal-HOSA website.
All right, that was pretty much it for the information segment of this seminar, super short and sweet. But now we'll open it up for any questions that you might have. So please feel free to type any/all of them in the chat and we will get them answered. So the floor is now open. We'll allow a few minutes for the questions to start rolling in. Please don't be scared. I promise we don't bite. We're just here to help, and this is what the webinar is for. So don't be scared to ask any questions. All right, looks like we have our first question. What is your biggest advice for first-year competitors? Caitlin, take it away.
Yeah, so my biggest advice, and I'm sure many of the other officers can back me up on this, is to have confidence in yourself or your team and go in there knowing that you tried your best and that whatever happens, happens. Everybody's rooting you on, so we hope that you guys do as well as you can. Valentina, I believe, wanted to add on.
Yes, so 100% agree with Caitlin. Confidence is a lot. Also, big advice is follow the guidelines. The guidelines will pretty much tell you everything that you need to know, and if you stick to them, it will give you more confidence knowing like I know what I'm doing when I'm going into a competitive event. And yeah.
Thank you, guys. All right, next question. What are the steps of becoming a Cal-HOSA state officer, and what should I study to do well on those tests? Matthew?
Yeah, so the information about how to become a state officer will be released, I believe, later towards December, maybe early November, but I think it's December. All the information is on the Cal-HOSA website, and what you should study is there's many things like, for example, there's California HOSA history or there's Robert rules. But all of this information is in the website of for California HOSA. So I would say don't stress too much about it. As long as you do your reading and just keep reading, get the information in your brain. There's honestly not that much information that you have to memorize. And also, we will be releasing more information in FLC, so stay tuned for that as well.
Thank you, Matthew. One more question that we have. When will the healthcare informatics textbooks links be available?
So the guidelines for all events will include resources and all the materials you'll need to study. So if you go to the Cal-HOSA website, then you'll be able to find the materials you need to study for your event.
Yes, and that goes for all competitive events. If you check the guidelines, which are now updated, they will have everything that you need to know. All right. I'm a senior and was wondering if Cal-HOSA provided any scholarships for college.
Hi, so Cal-HOSA does have a lot of scholarships available for its members. So make sure to refer to the Cal-HOSA website for any scholarships that are offered for members. Cal-HOSA has merit scholarships and board of director scholarships, and some of these are dependent on the number of volunteer hours you have, so be sure to look into that as well.
All right. Thank you, Abhi. Harleen, this question's for you. What leadership opportunities does a freshman have for HOSA?
As a freshman, you could get more involved in your chapter and gain leadership experience in that way. And whenever you're a sophomore, you could try running for your local chapter officer and gain more leadership experience in that way.
Just to add on to that one, you can also host workshops at SLC or take initiative within your chapter, such as leading meetings or service projects.
And just adding a little bit more onto that, that is another way that even if you don't have official leadership in your chapter, leading different initiatives or workshops, drives within your chapter is a really cool way to show your lead value for the CYC challenge if that's something that you're looking into. So definitely lots of opportunities, just take advantages of however many you can. All right. Based on our experiences, how does HOSA help students grow? I think we'll take this opportunity to share how HOSA has helped each of us grow. So, Caitlin, do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start. So HOSA has helped me grow because when I joined HOSA, as a sophomore in high school, I was starting out completely new at a new school and I didn't know anybody. And HOSA really helped me find like my place in not just school, but like HOSA is a family. So it helped me grow to not only be a good leader, but a listener as well, because all good leaders are listeners also. And to help not just my peers, but incoming freshmen who maybe need help finding themselves like I needed. And it helped me to realize that like I want to help people in the medical field, and it helped me really grow to understand more about the medical field and my desired career in the future. So
that was a great answer, Caitlin. I completely agree that HOSA has helped me grow as a person a lot and gain interpersonal skills. I've also grown as a leader through HOSA because I feel like I'm more capable to lead a group and work in different initiatives and really learn about various fields in the medical field, and that really expanded my point of view.
I'll go next. So HOSA's actually really helped me understand the professional world. Like becoming a state officer and all the other leadership opportunities that HOSA offers, you get to have an eye on the inner workings of a professional organization like HOSA. And I guess that kind of helps prepare you for the world outside of school.
Yeah, I agree. HOSA is a wonderful opportunity to learn more about the outside world, but also learn more about yourself, learn your capabilities. And of course, competition always drives success. It encourages you, it motivates you. So that's been a real life changer for me. I've also gained a lot of friends through HOSA, and I've made a wonderful HOSA family.
I 100% agree with what Abhi said and what with everyone else said. For me, something that really attracted me to HOSA was that I was able to learn things that I can't really learn in any other space. Like you don't find many classes in school that teach you about like pathophysiology or emergency preparedness and all of that stuff. So I don't know. I thought it was a really cool place for me to expand on my knowledge. And like Caitlin said, it definitely helped me narrow down what I wanted to do career-wise, and as well as all of the leadership skills that I've gained and socializing skills and networking skills. They've all been, HOST has been very fundamental in that regard.
Yeah, as Ankita was saying, I mean, HOSA really helps you create a community around yourself where you're able to lean on others and other people are able to lean on you. And through all of that community, you're able to help each other grow. I mean, when you go to SLC, the State Leadership Conference, hearing all of your chapter members cheering for you if you go on stage or cheering for your chapter members who go on stage, it's really cool to see how much everyone grows and how much we all help each other.
HOSA has helped me grow in many ways, but I think the most fundamental way it's helped me grow is public speaking. As when I was a little bit younger and new to everything, I was really bad at public speaking, and I couldn't talk in front of people. It would make me like have a panic attack. But now I've gotten a lot better at it. I mean, I'm still not the best, but it's it's a great improvement for me.
I 100% agree with Harleen on that one. I think HOSA specifically has given me a lot of confidence because it has pushed me out of my comfort zone so many times. And I think it just has helped me to learn how to advocate for myself, which I think is definitely very important in a competitive world. And HOSA has a special place in my heart because of that. Yeah.
I agree 100% with what Valentina said. HOSA really just helps you find your purpose. And for me, joining all the way back in seventh grade, like way back when, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know really who I was. And HOSA really helped me with that. And just finding community of people who would always push me to be the best version of myself, in whether that meant in a good or bad way. It really just helped me see my capabilities and how I can also project that and help those around me in my community and uplift them as well.
And for me personally, I totally agree with what everyone else said. But I think if I had to highlight with one thing, I would say host has helped me turn me into a leader, into a servant leader, and help me understand what that really is. Help me understand that it's about prioritizing the well-being of others, whether that's my other leaders or my students that I serve, and that ultimately we all have the same goal of helping others grow. So I think that's what host has done for me.
Thank you guys for listening to all of our stories with HOSA. We'll keep moving on with the questions. As a senior, how would you suggest for people to continue their HOSA affiliation? We'll have our singular post-secondary officer answer that.
Yeah, so members who are interested in continuing their HOSA journeys outside of high school can definitely look into joining the ranks of our Alumni Association. Registration for that is free, and the steps to join the Alumni Association can be found on the International HOSA website. Any seniors who are also interested in starting a post-secondary collegiate chapter in college are encouraged to reach out to HOSA headquarters regarding that affiliation process. But yeah.
Thank you, Caitlin. Do you have any suggestions for people doing HOSA that haven't done it for long? I'm a vice president of my school's HOSA chapter, and it's barely our second year, and I want to carry on a legacy for when I leave.
So one thing that you might want to do is get more involved and try to absorb as much knowledge as you can about HOSA's events and opportunities. For instance, participate in initiatives, fundraisers, and also volunteering as a chapter. In general, you also want to create connections with your local medical professionals and groups and keep those connections throughout the next few years. Additionally, one of the most important things is you have to keep your chapter spirit up. You have to keep your members engaged, and that's how you can have the best experience for everybody.
Adding on to what Claire said, definitely making like a plan on a Google Docs or some sort of thing that you can pass on to future years, kind of like a schedule of what you guys do throughout the months, how you get ready for HOSA, just so that it carries on to your future years and they know what to do and continue on the HOSA legacy.
Thank you, guys. I'm not seeing any more questions. We'll give it a little bit more time to see if you guys have any more. Please feel free. There's no time crunch at all. So yeah. In the meantime, how is everyone doing? How's the HOSA year starting? You guys can type in the chat. I know the school year just started, so it's probably really busy. Thanks for joining on a weekday night. If you guys want to type, like, how's your HOSA year starting up? I know mine is really exciting. We had our interest meetings a couple weeks ago, so we're getting started. Someone said busy. I think we can all agree with that. Someone said in the chat that they need a nap. I totally agree with that. Looks like we have one more question in the chat. Was the meeting the exact same meeting as the first webinar? Yes, it was. We covered all the same content. Our plan for these Cal-HOSA Connect webinars is to have 2 sessions per webinar. So it gives members options for if they can't make the first one, then they can go to the second one. If they can't make the second one, they can go to the first one. So yeah, pretty much all the exact same content. Additionally, we will be posting the content from the slides that we have for everyone to see. We'll post them and we'll send them out to the advisors of each chapter. So you guys can stay tuned for that. So if any of your other chapter members missed it, then you guys will all have the information. So with that, I think, oh, just kidding. We have one more question. As state officers, what opportunities did you have to take to get where you are now? And how did you work up the courage to put yourself out there and show the world what you've got? It's a very, very deep question. Abhi, why don't you start us off?
So for me, taking that first step was becoming a chapter officer. So chapter officers in our school is mostly limited to juniors. So as a sophomore, I became a class representative, worked up to a chapter officer, and then once I saw another girl from my school represented as a state officer, I thought that this would be something I should try. So I took the opportunity. It took a lot of courage. It was hard, but it's fun. I made a lot of new friends, and it's really one of the best things you can do for your host career.
I think for me, like Abhi said, becoming a chapter officer is definitely one of the bigger steps. And through that position, I was able to gain confidence and grow more comfortable with my HOSA community at school. And I know Harleen mentioned this a little bit earlier, but I also I'm not the best public speaker. I definitely used to get very, very nervous. So becoming a state officer for me was kind of an opportunity to learn how to develop those skills as well as strengthen the ones that I already have. So yeah.
Yeah, so I can add on to that. Whenever I first saw about the opportunity to become state officer, I was really intrigued by it because of every thing that state officers did the previous year, and starting multiple initiatives like the Guatemala Project and the CYC Challenge. And I really wanted to be part of that and contribute my skills to the team. So that's what motivated me to first begin the process. And as I started going, I received help from my advisors and my peers, of course, and that's what motivated me to pursue this position.
All right, looks like we have one more question. This will be our last question of the night. What are our favorite competitive events to compete in? That's a good question.
So I'll start off. My favorite competitive event is probably job seeking skills. In job seeking skills, you have to create a personal statement and a resume. And then at SLC, if you pass the first round, then you get to do an interview in front of a few judges. One of the reasons why I love this event so much is it really gave me that confidence and ability to talk one on one with people and kind of make those connections and learn how to make those.
My favorite event to compete in is, my favorite event to compete in is pharmacology because I wanted to be a pharmacist at that time. And it was really fun to study and learn a lot more about pharmacology as well as competing. And I actually placed, which was surprising to me.
Well said, Harleen. For me, my favorite event was health education, which is actually a teamwork event. My partner and I, sorry, my voice is dying on me a little bit. That event is so part of that event is that you have to make a lesson plan for a target audience. And for us, it was super fun process of making that lesson and then teaching it to other people. I think what definitely helped in motivating us is that we were super passionate about the topic. So that's why health education is personally my favorite event.
My favorite event, I'm kind of biased, was public service announcement, another team event. And it was really great to, have to make a video and, a speech about our topic. I believe the year that I did it was mental health, and it would, mental health's always going to be a thing. So it was really great to spread that awareness to the community through, HOSA, NAMI, and all that, to really get people thinking that, you can ask someone if they're okay, and like talk to them, but actions speak louder than words. So like take that action to really make sure someone's okay and that they're doing well. And if they aren't, help them out.
So last SLC, I participated in CERT skills. That was really fun because it was a really like hands-on event. You put on your hard hats, you grab your giant backpacks, and you do carries and lifts on your partner and the volunteers who were there. Just in general, it also taught me a lot of basic survival skills, like in an emergency, for instance, how many drops of bleach can purify water. But it was really fun getting to work with my partner and learning all this stuff.
All right, so I think we will wrap it up for now. If your question was not answered, we're so sorry. Please feel free to DM us on Instagram at the California HOSA Instagram, or you can also email us. You can email headquarters if you have any questions, and you can also email us officers. All of our emails are on the Cal-HOSA website. So yeah, we really hope you enjoyed. Matthew?
Yeah, so with that said, we would like to thank everyone for joining us for our first Cal-HOSA Connect. We will be sending these slides with further information to all advisors, so please look out for that. And also these live sessions will be on our YouTube link, so please look at that or watch it if you need any other information. And if you do have questions, like Ankita said, you can reach out to any of us or message our Cal-HOSA Instagram. And once again, we'd like to thank everyone for joining and have a good rest of your evening. And we hope to see all of you guys at our next seminar in November.